Hello everyone. Um, this is going to be the third VOD review of Worlds 2020 on this channel. Um, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at top esports versus DRX. So straight away, we have Lilia Caitlin Graves on blue side and Lucian Syndra Ashe. Knight pretty much forcing the enemy team to ban Syndra every single game against him. Lucian off the table as well. And with Lilia Graves off the table, DRX decide not to ban Italy. And so top esports will obviously pick up Italy with Lilia Graves off the table. Italy is definitely the premier jungle left. And it'll be interesting to see what DRX have to respond to the Nidalee pick, because the Nidalee first pick is very predictable, which means that DRX knew that Karsa was going to play the Nidalee, and leaving it open means that they feel like they have an answer to the Nidalee pick. So DRX going to first pick Chovy, his TF, and Lee Sin. Okay. Looks like DRX decide that their answer to the Nidalee pick is Lee Sin. The Renekton pick coming out for 369. Renekton Nidalee, obviously a very strong duo towards the top side. And again, it leaves Doran in a vulnerable position. Doran has been criticized a lot for his play in the LCK, and a lot of people feel that 369 is definitely favored in the top matchup. So it'll be interesting to see what Doran needs to play to be able to survive against this Nidalee Renekton, because obviously with the Nidalee Renekton, the first two picks, TES is definitely going to play around this Renekton pick. Has a strong top side, Senna securing the weak side AD carry, and top esports plan become very clear already. And Quinn being picked solely for the Renekton matchup. Okay. And looks like both teams have a sort of game plan already. Banning the Galio. Of course, Galio, very happy to play into the Twisted Face, so they're going to ban the Galio away. They're going to ban Def's Ezreal. With Caitlyn, Ashe, Senna, Ezreal off the table. Definitely limiting the AD pool a lot. MF is not good in DRX's comp. They're going to ban the Kalista away also. Maybe the Draven is still left, possibly. We still have yet to pick the bot lane for DRX, also dependent on what Kerio wants to play. Oh, and the Draven's going to... That is Nocturne mid. Holy. Kench going to be paired up with the Senna. Senna Kench, just an ultra safe lane into the Draven. Nocturne mid. Okay. I'm going to hold off on that because I still need time to think about the Nocturne mid pick. And DRX left with support picks. Pantheon is still open. Thresh is still open. And it's going to be the Thresh. Yeah, you do not want to play Pantheon into Kench for sure. So Thresh is a logical pick for the support. Nocturne mid. So I guess the idea behind Nocturne is that he's able to match the TF ganks with his ultimate. You have a strong mid jungle pairing with Nidalee Nocturne, but it's only strong in the sense that they're mixed damage. Nocturne isn't a type of laner to stay in the mid lane. Nocturne ideally just wants to pick up an early Tiamat, so he's able to shove waves very early and look for plays around the map with the Nidalee, essentially. But both comps just pretty wild, to say the least. So let's just jump into the action. Both junglers with no leash, and bot lane is just gonna go straight ahead into the action. This is actually a very tough lane for Draven. I like the way that Top Esports drafted around Deft. Draven isn't actually able to get prio in most lanes like he can against Senna Kench. Senna Q is able to essentially outrange Draven. So every time that Draven wants to trade with his auto attacks, he at least gets hit back by the Senna Q. And yeah, you can just see in this lane that Draven just really has to back off on this second wave, which is ideally what you don't want to be doing on Draven, for sure. Knight getting pushed in, no surprise. Renekton getting screwed up by the Quinn, no surprise. Yeah, Quinn wants to shove this lane for sure. After getting 369 low, and 369 will most likely have to burn an early TP. Pyosik going on to his red buff, playing around top side. Nice hook onto the Kench. Maybe an all-in here? No, just gonna trade summoners. Exhaust for Ignite. Both flashes still up for the bot lanes. Lee Sin gonna get the top scuttle. One Lily gets the bot scuttle. Lee Sin going to go to his golems. Soloing to Senna. Senna will be just fine. And yeah, Senna is already 10 CS up onto the Draven. Ooh. Nope, just gonna do an extended trade. Whoa. Renekton is very high up. And you have to know that Pyosik is going to be around topside. Has to burn flash. Whoa. Huge misplay from the Renekton there. Renekton burns TP. Let's see this one more time on the mini map, actually. So here, 369 backs. If you look in the mini map, TP's right away back to the wave. Yeah, Doran goes in for an aggressive trade, and 369 just gets baited. Textbook bait. 369 is caught out of the lane. Doran actually traded at a very good time here. Was able to essentially bait 369 much deeper into the top lane, which set up for an easy Lee Sin gank. And now 369 with no TP. This wave getting shoved into his tower. Huge lead for the Quinn early on, for sure. Almost an 800 gold lead just from that one play. Pyoshi gonna find Kench. Nothing gonna happen of it though. Just trading some damage. Landing a spear onto Chovy. And both teams are just monkeying around in the river. Knight level 6. Immediately gonna start looking for ultiple lanes. Doran able to spot the ward in the river, and Pyoshik going on to the early dragon. Nocturne ulting onto the TF, gonna flash over the wall, follow the flash. Oh, spear lands on the Chovy. Nice exhaust coming out from the TF. Able to stop the damage from coming through. And small wins for DRX. Able to secure the dragon. Burning Nocturne ult. Trading flashes in the mid lane. Very nicely done. Knight gonna get spotted by Pyoshik. Sonic Wave landing. He has no spell shield for the gold card, and that's a dead Knight. Well played by DRX to spot Knight like that with Pyoshik. Karsa going to be able to steal the scuttle away though. Pyoshik able to secure the rift. Thresh Lantern going to get him out. Thresh flashes over the wall. Exhaust is going to tag him though, and that's at that Thresh. But Rift for support. I think DRX is still satisfied with that play. And the question is where Pyoshik is going to be able to effectively use this Rift Herald. Gonna hand over to blue to Chovy. Both 80 carries on a Manamune now. Tiamat coming in for the Nocturne, as expected. And of course, TF with the early Seekers. Just because DRX naturally wants to build armor against this team for sure. And in response, the Nocturne should probably go for a Black Cleaver. Next item. But he has a longsword, which signals that he might build lethality, which is a curious option, but okay, hook gonna land onto the Kench. They're not able to burst Kench down. Kench flashes, gets to heal also. Nocturne ult comes in, Senna ult over the top, and 369 gonna TP onto the D board, and this is a dead Draven. And the question is if DRX is able to punish the 5-man bot from top esports. Lee Sin gonna help Quinn get some plating on the top side. Chovy also gonna get a few plates for himself in the mid tower. Lee Sin gonna summon a rift, and that's gonna be first tower for DRX on the top side. But Karsa going to trade it back with the Infernal Drag. So overall, I'd say a slight win for top esports. But not a bad response at all from DRX, by no means. Let's look at this play one more time. Thresh lane, the hook onto the Kench, but top esports just respond with numbers. They know Thresh has no flash from the other fight. Senna ult just gonna take him out. And the Renekton comes to ensure the dive. And that's 2 kills on a Senna, who is able to build a Dirk off those 2 kills. And this is a big Jackie love that DRX definitely have to be concerned about as we scale into the late game, because Senna pretty much outscales DRX's entire comp. So if they don't find a way to shut down this Senna Kench combo, DRX could be in a lot of trouble. DRX definitely needs to push their advantage with a strong Pyoshik, a strong Quinn, and Chovy being able to make plays around the map. And this is a strategy that a lot of teams have employed onto DRX. They know the strength of their mid and bot side, so they essentially pressure DRX to play around their top side and rely on their top side to carry momentum, keep up tempo, and they're essentially daring the other carries of DRX to step up. Pyosik gonna land a Sonic Wave onto the Kench. Again, not doing much. Because Top Esports have done a very good job at stuffing down Deft on this Draven pick for sure. Banning away, what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Banning away 480 carries and taking away Nisena. The champion pool is obviously very limited. They pretty much predicted that Deft's only other pick really in this comp was going to be Draven. And they successfully managed to play around the Draven pick with the Senna Kench, with the 5-man dive bot. And DRX have a gold lead now, but if you look at who the gold is on, it's on Lee Sin for the most part. And the question is how effectively will Pyosik be able to use that gold lead? DRX going to secure the second rift. And yeah, Senna has a Ghost Blade over a Vamp Scepter in the bot lane matchup. So, very scary lead for Jacula. But again, Quidden just putting so much pressure on his Renekton. Pyosik gonna pop the Rift into the mid lane. Doran's gonna roam down from top lane. And they're going to be able to secure this mid tower, but nothing more after that. Mountain Drake is up. DRX with 4 people. 369 backing, but with TP. TFL going to pop. Threx Choke is going to miss. Oh, Pyosik misses the smite with about 100 health left. Oh, this might be scary for Top Esports. Chasing into the corridor. But Knight with the lethality build just going to be able to pop Doran. And maybe this lethality build is starting to make a bit more sense against DRX's comp. I mean, Doran with just the full glass cannon build. No way going to be able to survive against that Nocturne with the Dust Blade. And yeah, big win for Top Esports. Karsa being able to steal the drag away. And if we look at this moment right here, .369 is about to complete his TP. Pyosik goes in for the smite, the Q smite. But look at the rest of DRX. This is positioning, with the exception of Chovy. And then look at Top Esports positioning. So much better. So much better positioning by Top Esports here. I mean, it's just so clear that if Pioshik, this is a suicide mission by Pioshik for sure. Thresh lays down the lantern for Pioshik's escape. But at this point, Thresh already burned the box, which is your main disengage tool against this comp. And Thresh's box, as you're about to see in this replay, is about to expire. So, Lee Sin doesn't manage to steal it. Nidalee gets the smite over the wall, pounced over the wall. DRX hanging out with a gold card while the rest of DRX is trying to escape through this corridor. Knight, you couldn't see in the previous replay, but he was waiting out in the right side of the map with his ultimate. And at this point, Top Esports pretty much decide that we're going to chase DRX into this corridor. Which at first may seem a bit int, but if you realize what DRX already burned box, they already burned TF ult, they have Lee Sin ult, and they have Draven ult, but again, you have the Senna ult over the top, you have 369 who just joined the fight, and you have the Nocturne ult. .369 taken low from the gold card, but the Senna ult landing onto two people. But Knight just does so much damage. Knight just one-shots Doran. I mean, it's not even close. I mean, let me show you. I mean, what the hell, man. Spear lands onto the Chovy. Chovy gets exhausted. Senna ult over the top. And just look at Doran, man. Uses cleanse. Uses flash. Tries to get over the blast cone. It's no use. Knight with lethality build just pops Doran. And Top Esports with a big win. And again, just on to Doran. But this time, I mean, Knight just gets baited. Sees the summonerless Quinn. And Top Esports is going to be able to follow up onto Doran with no Lee Sin ult. And the trade of kills. Doran for Knight. Top Esports hanging out. Spotting carrier. Flashes away from the Renekton stun. Nidalee Spear able to land. Hook onto the Renekton. But again, with Tab Eyes, with the Warden's Mail, there's no way for DRX to do damage against him without the TF. Again, they're going to look for a play onto Renekton. Everything going to land. That's an easy kill. Gives it over to Doran. 'N' Jackie Love, though. I mean, 3-0 on this Senna already. TFL going to burn. Not going to be able to find value there. Doran going to be spotted in the bot lane. And again, it's just, I mean, Knight just is going to town on this Doran. You can see that Doran even itemized with the PD, and it's still not enough to survive against a Nocturne. I mean, every single fight, Knight with this Dustblade is just going to search for Doran in these fights. Just heat sensors onto Doran, just going to try to find him and snuff him out for every single fight. Tom Kench just secured a blue for himself. And yeah, you can see that from Top Esports perspective, I mean, they've pretty much almost made up the gold deficit. And the question is whether Pioshik has really been able to effectively use the gold lead that he accumulated from the early game. Sure, he's 3-0, but he's got a bounty over his head. Nidalee has been farming the jungle super effectively. And you still have this huge time bomb in the form of Senna. That's just been able to be so safe and secure with this Tom Kench pick. Top Esports going to secure Soul Point. DRX going to start the Baron. Going to back off after being spotted by Ward. TF will see the Nidalee on the Dragon. And DRX are going to make a move onto the Baron. Nidalee has to get off the Dragon, and yeah, there's just no way that DRX is going to be able to secure that. Pretty much relying on the fact that Nidalee is going to stay on Dragon for that Baron play, but there's no way. And Nidalee is just going to be able to secure solo drag point, soul point with the Dragon. And the question is if DRXs are going to be able to punish Top Esports on the top side. But, I mean, Mountain Soul Point. And again, just Nocturnal onto Doran. Oh, blue card not going to be able to find Nocturne. Chovy burns Flash, but there's no use. Chovy's dead also. Doran lucky to escape with his life with Flash again. And yeah, another win for Top Esports. And now they're going to look onto the Baron with a dead jungle in mid. Deft and Keria hanging out, but I'm not sure what they can do in this situation either. Hook lands onto the Kench. I mean, Deft just can't do damage. And at this point, you have to imagine the Top Esports, even before he secured his Baron, is ahead. And now, just, it's going to be scary how much they're going to be able to push this advantage. They try to dive onto the Renekton. Quinn laying the damage. But the fact that Knight ults Quinn here, and you can see, immediately has to Knight ults onto the Doran. Doran has to flash away. Chovy has to burn heal for Doran also. And so the fact that heal gets burned onto Doran, Renekton with the nice stun onto Lee Sin, layered with the Nocturne Fear onto Lee Sin as well. Chovy burns Flash very unnecessarily. And just a very good response from Top Esports. DRX getting overconfident that Top Esports were not going to play around the top side when Nidalee is solo securing drag. And just a very good response. The Senna ult over the top, Nocturnal coming in. DRX just not respecting the global ultimates of top esports. I don't. As soon as I praise top esports, Knight just gets caught out for no reason. Wow, Knight gets caught out. TP with the Tom Kenchel coming in. Whoa, 369 flashing out to Chovy. What a great kick! What a great flay! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Top esports just gets their Baron wiped. Oh my goodness. I mean, what was Knight doing? What was Knight doing? You have top esports securing pressure in the top jungle. You have your mid. I mean, look at the state of mid lane. How can you expect to be this far forward when your mid lane is not even pushed past the river? What? It's not a bait. I mean, how are you going to bait his Nocturne? Blue side just running desperately to help their mid laner. Dorn may be squishy, but he still does a lot of damage to you. Chunks Knight. She's able to kill Knight. Knight has to burn ultimate and flash. At this point, you have your mid laner down, but top esports decides to commit all the way. Now it's a 4v5. You don't have your mid laner, which is most of your burst up from damage. I mean, how are you going to kill these people without the Nocturne? 369 goes crazy. Flashes onto Chovy. Flashes onto Chovy. Top esports is here. Flashes onto Chovy. Doran coming in with the flank from the alcove. I mean, what do you expect? What kind of follow-up do you expect? You're immediately going to get gold carded as soon as you get stunned. As soon as you stun a TF. TF gets stunned. Okay, so what? What are we supposed to do? What is this? What is Tom Kench, Senna, and Nidalee supposed to do when they're getting flanked by the Quinn onto this TF in the bush? The answer is nothing. Absolutely nothing. I mean, 369 goes crazy with this flash. Absolutely crazy. I'm going to let this play out. Renekton obviously dies for that, but just a beautiful kick. I mean, let's focus on Pioshik. Safeguards, Q's onto the Renekton, and I'm just going to slow this down to appreciate it in all its beauty. With the 3-man kick, Keria comes in from the other side. With the 3-man flay onto the same knock-up people. Jackie Love has to flash away, burn both sums. Renekton already flashed. Another hook just to secure the kill onto the Renekton. Gets on top of the Senna. And the fight was lost before TES engaged. But you have to praise the execution on DRX's part 2 for being able to make that happen. And now, top esports just went from having a clear path to victory, and now it being a little more murky for their path to victory. I mean, yeah, we're just going to take a look at it one more time. Knight burns ultimate, burns flash. But actually, Quinn's able to see Nocturne with the W. And yeah, we already broke this fight down. Beautiful Lee Sin Cake, beautiful Thresh Flay with the box. And a clean ace for DRX. Clean ace. Wow. Huge throw by Top Esports. Huge throw. I'm gonna look for the fight here. Whoa. DRX chilling in the jungle. Draven in the mid lane. This is a 4v5. Knight has ultimate. Knight is just gonna go either onto Dorn or to Pioshik. It's just too free for this Nocturne. Looking at two very juicy targets right now. Yep. Pioshik is just an easy kill. Fairly straightforward 2 kills for DRX. Excuse me, for Top Esports. Don't know what DRX is trying to pull off there with the kill push. Especially when you don't have the Draven. I think DRX themselves recognize that even after the clean ace, they still have to be able to create plays, because at this stage of the game, with these comps, I mean, Top Esports is just straight up stronger. It's just straight up stronger than DRX's comp. And that's kind of an issue that you walk into, right? I think a lot of people question, if Renekton is so popular at the World Championship, why don't we see more Quinn top to counter Renekton? And this is one of the reasons why. This is one of the reasons why that teams do not just auto pick Quinn after seeing a Renekton early pick. Gold card gonna land onto the Senna. Senna ult over the top, gonna whiff. Thresh box, gonna stop the advance of Top Esports. And DRX able to survive for a bit longer. Gold card gonna land Senna. Senna's gonna gobble Senna up. And yeah, DRX, let's see another day. Whoa. Do you have ulting? Have to flash away immediately. Thresh hook doesn't land onto the Senna. Leasing kick doesn't find anyone. And now... Whoa. Jackie Love. Oh my goodness. Boom. 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 Oh my. Jackie Love with these autos. I mean, this is game over. This is game over. I mean, we're going to have to see how that last fight played out. I mean, if you just look at Jackie Love with the RFC range, I mean, level 15 Senna at 30 minutes. I mean, this just shows you what DRX was exactly concerned about with this time bomb that was Jackie Love. Boom, finds auto onto Chovy. 2 autos onto Chovy. Auto onto Deft. Auto onto Deft. Auto onto Deft. Throws a snare. Has to flash away from the Senna snare. Spear lands onto Chovy. Chovy has his Zonias early. And at this point, the fight is lost. The fight is lost. I mean, Jackie Love just in the back, just hammering away against DRX. Boom. Boom. RC auto. Boom. 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 DRX tried to find a flank with the TF gold card, gets snuffed out immediately with the solo mission of TF. And there's just no way that DRX's comp is able to withstand the Senna pick at this stage in the game. And yeah, I think in this game, both teams kind of recognized what their win condition was, but Top Esports just had a much easier comp to execute than DRX's in the end. And yeah, Nocturne Mid gonna find its first victory at the World Championship. And Top Esports gonna take first place in this group so far. And that's going to do it for this VOD. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.